Sometimes, certain truths are right in front of our eyes. But because they have been given a new name, we assume they are entirely new. Apitherapy may be one of those cases. A term that sounds modern today. But is its subject really new? Or could its roots be found much earlier? Within the heart of Persian medicine? Perhaps what we know today as apitherapy was also present in the medical tradition of Iran. Under a different name, but with a familiar meaning. Persian medicine is not merely a collection of old remedies. It is an ancient and holistic school of medicine. A tradition that does not define a human being solely by the name of a disease. In this perspective, temperament, nutrition, lifestyle, individual conditions, and even the living environment all play a role in understanding health and treatment. When we look at this heritage, we see that the honeybee and its products were not without a place in this healing tradition. In Persian medicine, honey was not merely a sweet food. It held a special place in the treatment of wounds, inflammation, and certain skin conditions. Beeswax, too, was not merely a material for building honeycombs. It was used in ointments and traditional medicinal formulations. And propolis, although less prominently, can also be traced in the historical record of this tradition. But if we want our narrative to remain precise and honest, there is one important point we must also mention. Not everything we know today as apitherapy appears equally in the classical texts of Persian medicine. For example, royal jelly and bee bread are considered highly important today. But in the historical narrative of Persian medicine, the main emphasis was more on honey, beeswax, and to some extent, propolis. And it is precisely here that the importance of Persian medicine's testimony becomes clear. Persian medicine alone is not a substitute for modern research. It does not replace laboratory studies, clinical trials, or the scientific investigation of today. But it is an important historical witness. A witness that tells us the therapeutic use of bee products was not a rootless idea, a coincidence, or merely a trend of the times. When an ancient medical tradition, over the course of centuries, recognized therapeutic value in honey, beeswax, and propolis, this means that the core idea of apitherapy is something serious, worthy of reflection, and deserving of scientific study. So Persian medicine may not be the final proof, but it is certainly a historical testimony to the sound direction of this subject. Perhaps the time has come to stop looking at apitherapy as merely a new trend, and instead see it as part of an ancient experience and a scientific possibility moving into the future. What do you think? Can Persian medicine help us gain a deeper understanding of apitherapy?